You may think we already know PPT. We have prepared so many presentations till date, and what else you are going to explain to us or talk with us? So let's see what are the different features that PowerPoint 2013 has that was not there in PowerPoint 2003. That is, what is the difference between PPT and PPTX? So the contents are very few because I'm going to do hands-on only. So first, let me introduce you with the PowerPoint. Then step by step, I'll demonstrate all the features of PowerPoint. And rest we can talk about what else you can do other than creating presentations with the help of PowerPoint. So what is a PowerPoint? It is a powerful, easy to use presentation graphic software program. It allows you to create professional looking electronic slideshows. So PPT is used to present information in an organized manner. You can present the information to individual or a group like you people. You can add more features to your presentation by using clip art, sound clips, movie clips, graphs, charts. You can also import web screens, and there are many features that we are going to look at. And you can easily create a presentation that will impress your audience, and whatever the message you want to convey, that can be conveyed clearly and professionally. So whenever you first start to the presentation icon. So here I want to create a presentation. So I'll search for presentation. So this is PowerPoint 13. So when I click on this presentation icon, in 2013, you can see this typical screen comes up. Here you can create from scratch. You can start with a blank presentation, or you can open your existing PPT. So if you want to start with a blank, so there are several themes given. So you can choose any one. If you can go with blank, so blank presentation is there. So this is the blank presentation, and what you can see is one slide is already added with none of the theme or nothing. So here they have given you click for the title. So you can click here. And you can type something. For example, say introduction to PowerPoint. This is your title. And here click here to add subtitle. So this is by default, it is given to you. And if you want to make it more interesting, what you can do is you can go for transitions. Wait a minute, when my mouse is not visible. Just bear with me for a minute. I'm in presentation mode, that's why. Okay. Here only I'll explain you. If I add a new slide, it will be a blank slide. And here I can type, say, contents. And already bullets are given, so I can add, say, introduction, then vision, say mission, overview, something. So you can see bullets are automatically coming, and the text is getting arranged properly. Now I want to change something. Your first screen is, so click here to add first slide. Then we have seen first menu is home menu. So in this are blank slide. These are called ribbons, and these ribbons are means there is a group of toolboxes you can see here. So first ribbon is home, and in home you can see there are the options like you can cut, copy, paste, then format painter, then you can add new slide. With this button you can add new slide, or you can just go here and click or enter, new slide gets added. Then you can change the layout. Suppose for here, from for this slide I want layout as two content layout, means two columns. In one column I can add graph or image, and another column I can explain it with the text. So there are many layouts options are given: to layout, then comparison layout, then only title or blank. So you can choose any one as per your choice. Then next is reset, get back to the original format. Then if you add something and click here, then this group gets visible. Here you can change the font of your choice. Then you can increase the font or decrease the font. Then you can make it bold, italic, underline, or shaded. Then scratch through. This is you want sentence case or lowercase, uppercase, extra fonts are there. Here you can change the color of the title that you want. I didn't want scratch through. I'll just remove this. I didn't want underline too. I didn't want italic. Then color can be changed. This is if I didn't want this formatting, something is wrong. So I can clear all the formatting and get back to my original text. Here this is called indentation. Left intended means text is left hand side of the text box, then center, then right justified and justified. So and for this list we have bullets. There are two types of bullets. We can have bullets and numbering. We can give 1 2 3 4, or we can choose numbering as Roman numbers or ABCD of small Romans or small ABCD as per your choice. Or you can start numbering. Suppose I want to start with 10. So what I can do is start at what I have done at in this bullet section, bullets and numbering, and start at, suppose I started at 10. I want this list should start from 10. So it will start from 10, 11, 12. If I want to reset, go back and choose here. Again, I want to start from 0 or 1, whatever. I can start it. And a bullet color also we can change. I want blue color, suppose. So now my color of the bullets is changed as per the selection. This is if you want to increase or decrease the indentation level. In introduction, I want to give some introduction to Samstha and college and Cummins College. Now here I didn't want 1 and 2. I want Roman 1, 2. So can choose this. These are about bullets. Here we can increase the level or decrease the level. This is about line spacing. Now this by default line spacing is 1.1.0. We can increase it to 1.52 as per the choice. You can have your own option of line spacing. Currently it is left aligned and it is not giving space after the bullet. So if I want to increase it, so after this text, space will be added. That is about line spacing. Here we can have paragraphs. You can add or remove columns. If you want to add paragraphs, you can add that. Text direction. This is useful while you add shapes and all. We'll go to this format section later. This format section, you can see this new toolbar gets added, format, for this text box. If I click outside this text box, there is no format tool. If I click on the text box, there is a format tool. It is drawing tools. It will vary as per the tool that as per the content or that I import into my slide. Here I imported text box. This is called text box. So formatting for drawing tools. So this is various shapes you can draw with text box. Then you can arrange these shapes. You can fill outline. We are going to learn about the shapes in the later section. So this is about home ribbon. Next part is insert menu. Next part is insert menu. So here in insert menu, you can insert a table. From here, you can go to the table, or you can add a content slide. And here also you can see the table icon. You just click here and you have to select number of rows and columns. Suppose I want uh, 2 columns or 3 columns and say 5 rows. So this table gets added here. So for example, here I want serial number, roll number and name. We can add number of rows, number of columns into this existing table. Suppose I want to add one more column, right click and insert a new column. Or here you can see if I click on this table, format toolbar is added for table tools. So in table tools, I can decide which is my header row, total number of rows, and I can decide color theme for my table. We can change shading. We can change if here borders are not given. If I want to give borders, all borders, I can give first I have to select this table and give borders. Then I can give effect. Effect is say 3D or 2D effect to my table or cells, so that can be given. Then this is about the theme color, which theme we want, and you can erase the table or you can draw a table. If you want to insert a new column, so go to the last row and tap. It will add new row. If you want to insert a new column, just right click and here in forest in format shape, you can find all formatting options like fill, solid fill. If you didn't want to fill, so it will become blank. Solid fill, it is already shown some color which is it filled with, and you can change the transparency of filling. Lines, you can say here there is no line, you can select solid line. So these are shape options. If you want reflection, so reflection of the table at the bottom. So this is mainly useful for graphics. If you add some graphics, this is not required for table format shape. What we need is how to add contents to the table. So here I can add any text or numbers, or here I can add image also. If you want one row or one cell, you can add insert say image picture, and suppose you choose any picture, so that can be added into this particular shape or particular position. You can add anything in your table that you want. That is about insert table. Insert picture, suppose this is the picture that you just inserted. So if you want to insert this picture, so go to the picture, insert and add picture. You can choose the picture from stored thing, or you can also search from net and add it here. Then online pictures, or you can take a screenshot. You can take a screenshot and crop that screenshot and put it here. Suppose I opened something on a Google and that I want to add in it into my presentation, I can go for a screenshot. I can, instead of adding one picture at a time, I can directly add photo album. All type of photos can be added at a time. Now when I click on this picture, picture toolbox gets added. So this picture toolbox helps me to format this picture. So here I can choose, I can remove background if it is there. For example, let me take one more picture. Now in this picture there is a background. I didn't want this background, so what I can do is remove background. I have to select the foreground part and I want to mark area to remove. So I have marked that area, mark area to keep. So this marked area I want to keep. So whatever the area I selected, that is as it is, and rest of the area background gets eliminated. For corrections, so there are very much corrections. Now it is possible, as you are using smartphones, all these filters are available. You can change whatever the corrections you want, brightness, then contrast, etc. You choose, and immediately you can see preview here, and whatever is suited for your picture, choose that. I want this as it is. Then color you can change to black and white or gray color if you want. I want color image only. Then there are the themes, like I can choose various frames. So this is the frame for my picture. So here, these are by default frames are given. You can choose whatever the frame you want. I want 3D effect, so this can be there, or give the border like this. Or you can choose a border for your picture. I want black. Then effect, I want 3D rotation like this. So either you can choose from given options, or you can design your frame as per whatever the way you want. So here we have choose picture border and picture effect, soft edges, and we will miss like this. This is about the picture. Then if there is, if you kept it here, so here we have overlap two objects, table and the picture, and you want table should come front. So this is bring front or send back. If I send this backward, so it is not visible. It is still there, but it is behind this table. And if you want to bring it forward, so select the table and send it to back. When table is at the back, image can be at the front. So this is when you have more than on the shape, you add some text and you want text on that particular shape, you can do that. So this is about how to insert pictures. You can insert picture. This is image group. So these ribbons are divided into group. This is image group. Image group has picture. You can import a picture from your drive or online. You can take a screenshot or you can add the album. Next is shapes. So in shapes, you have various inbuilt shapes are given. So these are all useful for you to draw any drawings, like if you want to draw a flow chart, or if you want to draw, here I want another theme, so I'll change the layout. I want blank. I'll go again into insert. I want to insert shapes. So I can insert shape like rectangle, circle, any shape. So there are n number of shapes. There are arrows. like this. And you can see flowchart shapes are also there, then stars and banners are there, callouts are there. Now to draw anything, what is needed is if a grid will be given, it will be easy to arrange these shapes. So go to go to view, and here you can see three check boxes: ruler, grid line, and guides. Grid lines will make these grid lines visible, so you can arrange your shapes as per the way you want. And these guidelines will be these visible lines which help you whether these are in proportional with each other. Can you see this red dotted line? So if I move this shape, these guidelines allow me to arrange my shape properly. Again, get back to our insert and shapes. Now by default this shape is filled with blue color. If I double click it, this drawing tool box is appeared. It is by default filled with blue color. You can change, and here I can add text, say click me something, and you can change this text font, color, outline, etc. And you can change the shape fill. Shape fill, if you want, instead of blue, it should be filled with some gray color. So that is shape fill. Shape outline, by default it is black, so you can give black or red, whatever you want. And after outline, you can change its thickness. So if you want thick outline, so you can choose the weight for outline. Then if you want dotted line or dash lines, these are the type of lines. I want solid line. Then for arrow, I want thick arrow. Again, go to the outline, add weight to this arrow. Arrows, if you can click here, you can see there are two green dots. These green dots allow me to change the length or direction of this arrow, either from front or back. And if you click here, you can see this yellow arrow, yellow dot, small yellow dot is there. I think it is visible. So it allows you to change the position of this call out. So there are two types of dots, green dot and yellow dot. And these white dots allow you to change the size of your shape. And this circle allows you to rotate that particular shape. Here there is a circle, it allows you to rotate that particular shape. In whatever the way you want, you can arrange that shape. Now in this shape, I can add text, or here also I can add image. So if I want to add picture, so just click here, right click, and here you can change only the text and edit endpoints, bring to front, save as picture. Only this figure, if you have drawn a block diagram of your project, or if you have done some graphics and you want to save that graphics, you can save it as JPG file. Suppose this is used to select all these three shapes. Now I can move all these shapes together. What I have done, I have just selected all the shapes, and here I can move all these shapes together. I can apply whatever the action I want to change the size. So for all the shapes, size gets changed. Or what another way is, make a group. Right click, make a group, and now as a group you can move it. You can change the size of this, and you can save it as a picture. So you can save this as JPG file, and you can open it and use it in your presentation or something. So this is how you can play with these shapes. Next is arrange. If there is too many things on a slide, you can bring front, bring back, ungroup, position, align it, rotate it. And we have seen this shape fill, shape outline, and shape effects. And find and replace that you are familiar with. So that is about insert shapes. Now here you can create your own flow graph or your own flow chart, and you can use whatever the shapes you want which are given here. Or else what you can do is you can use ready-made things given in Smart Art. Smart Art is a feature of 2013 uh, PowerPoint. It allows you to make your presentation more effective. For example, instead of creating a list like this, let me hide these grid lines. Just remove those check boxes. So introduction, vision, mission, and overview. Here, if I use a Smart Art, and so I'm using this. So here I can write text, say 1, 2, 3, and whatever the text that I want to add. If I have only one point, then I can delete it. Say, if you want one more shape, just here right click and add shape. You click here, just so you can change the style, you can change the color option, you can change the layout, you can demote it, means bring it inside, or you can promote it, bring outside, and you can change the font, color, size, etc. So just I have entered and I want to promote it. So new shape gets added. So click outside, and here also these buttons are available. You can change the style, color, layout. You can hide this text pane if you didn't want. You can save these graphics as picture. You can reset the graphics. You can convert it to normal text. You can convert it to shapes, and you can format the object. In format object, you can change this fill, gradient fill, etc., or line color. You can bring this list like this, or you can make it like this. So you can choose whatever the options are available. Just prepare one thing and try out different things. You can easily view it in your preview section. If I want to go in incremental order like this, or decremental order like this, so there are multiple options available. Suppose I choose this, I didn't want blue color, so I'll go to the color theme and take this pink one. Okay. So Smart Art is available not only for text, but here you can see list. You can show process, cycle, hierarchy, relationships, matrix, pyramid, and you can also show pictures. So various type how you can arrange information in a effective way. So smart art, you can use this smart art graphics. For example, any such thing you can go with. Just add whatever the things you want to add, and that will be included in your presentation. To delete anything from the slide, just click and press delete. So that particular thing will get deleted. Now we have seen about smart art, about the charts. So you can create or add charts of your choice. There are various type of charts like bar chart, or it is called column chart, or line charts, pie chart, bar chart, area, scatter chart, stocks chart, surface charts, radar, and different combinations, line chart into bar chart, etc. And you can select a data from Excel sheet, and you can also modify data here in PowerPoint presentation. So if I want to add chart, say pie chart, automatically Microsoft PowerPoint, it has given me some Excel sheet what I want to display. So first quarter, it is in the percentage form. Total should be 10. So here in first quarter, the sales is 82%, then 1.2%, 32%, 14%, and 12%. Total should be 100%. So that can be shown like this. You can change this value. Instead of 8, if I change it to 20, you can see there is a change in a graph. So depending upon your data, this graph will change. If I change it to 30, second quarter, so this graph will change. And if you want to add something, like here, you want to show this point is there to add chart title, data labels. If you want data labels, you can format these data labels. For example, I have selected data labels, then I want to increase its fonts. It is not visible. So now I am increasing the font of data label. If I want to change color, so I can change color from of a data label. Then legends, you can decide what should be the position, top, right, left, bottom, or you can decide options depending upon your choice. I want it on right side. And you can also format these data labels. Again, select that particular text box, increment the font or decrement the font, or change the colors, etc. So you can add, not only just add or copy paste, you can edit the chart, you can change the visualization of a chart, and you can similarly you can change the title also. So we can change legends, titles, labels, and data. If I want to change the data, again click on the chart and double click. Here you can see formatting options. Okay. In insert, next topic is hyperlinks. So in text, suppose you want to mention some website, visit my web page, say ppl genomomio.moodle.com, suppose. And this is if you want to make a hyperlink or copy hyperlink and paste here, you can insert a hyperlink. If anyone click on that hyperlink and directly go to that particular web page. You can add comments, you can add text box, we can add headers and footers. Now what are headers and footers? You can add date, you can choose update date automatically, or you can choose a fixed date that you manually insert. And slide number, you want slide number on a slide. and you can choose footer. I want Cummins policy CEW as a footer, and I didn't want this information on my title slide, so don't show on title slide. And when I say apply, it is applied to the current slide, and apply to all, it will be applied to all slides. Now it is here, it is visible on blank slide. You can format this too. You can change the color for when you click on this here, format option is again visible. You can see header and footer. You can go into the header and footer and change here as a text box. You can change font size and you can choose color for your header and footer, whatever you want. You can also choose the direction where you want page number on left hand side, right hand side, or on top of the slide, etc. You can insert date and time, slide number. You can insert any object from outside. Here you can insert video or audio clip. If you have any video clip, so that can be inserted here. You can get it from online or from your PC, and you can add it here, and whenever you run a slideshow, that video can be played. So insert, you can add various options to your slides. Next important part is design. Design, as we have seen, whenever we first selected a PowerPoint icon and we started with PowerPoint, there were many themes, or uh, we have given with the colors. So we have choose blank color, but here also we can choose various themes. So different themes are given. So choose a slide and check which theme can be used. Sorry, here. So it is showing me the preview. This shows the preview, and we can choose a theme for our presentation. Suppose I choose this. Then this is the theme group. You can also click here for more themes, or you can browse themes from net, or you can get it where if you have say if you didn't want any new theme, you're okay with whatever you had previously, then just Control Z and go back. And if you are you want this theme to get saved, and for next presentations you want to use the current theme, so what you can do is go to the design themes, click here and save the current theme. You can save this theme, and whenever you want, you can use this theme, color theme, that is formatting. It's available for your presentation. Now suppose I choose this one. So this theme is chosen. Now we have variants. Variants means there are options, color options. 4 color options are available. Instead of green, I can go with blue, pink, or this green with black background. So 4 color options. Then font options. So here by default font is given. If you can click here, you can see it is Trebo MS and 44 for title. And we didn't want this font, so you can choose it from colors, any color that you can choose. For font size, this Calibri Light is for title, and small Calibri is for body text. Or you can choose Arial or Crobel or Cobel. Suppose I want Calibri, so I choose this font. And color, this is office color or office gray, blue or green. So these color themes means if you go into the detail, this is for say background, then for buttons, then for text, bullets. So these are the color themes. So we'll go with the present color theme. Then background, there are 12 types of background styles are given, from 6 of light color and 6 of dark color. So if you go with light color, this is the background. Inner part, see, inner part is getting changed. And if you go with dark color, it will look like this. So I'm happy with this color. Or what you can do is you can format background. If you want to add any logo as a background, for example, you want to add watermark, so you can go here, format background, and you can change the transparency and all. Before that, insert. Okay, we are in the design and background styles. I want format background. So format background allows me to fill solid fill or gradient fill. Then in gradient fill, we can choose options. Now it is moving from dark to light. And if I want to change the direction, so there are different directions. You can move from one end to other end, linear diagonal or linear down, or linear diagonal from top right to bottom left, like this. You can change the color transparency. Here brightness is less. You can increase the brightness if you want for low gradient, and for high gradient you can minimize this background. I didn't want this color for my background. I didn't want gradient fill. We can choose a picture or texture fill or pattern fill, like this. If I want picture or texture fill, I can choose a picture from a file. For example, I want to insert college logo as a background, but now it is hiding my text. So I want to make it transparent, or so transparency is, I have to increase the transparency, so it will act as just a watermark. My text is still visible, but if you can see, watermark is added. And when you say apply to all, it will be applied to all the slides. It will be clearly visible on blank slide. You can tile picture as a texture, so it will add multiple images of that particular texture. You can change the size, you can align it, you can mirror it. So this is what you can do with the background. And design themes and variants. Slide size, you can modify slide size. Standard is 4:3. If you are using PowerPoint present to display PowerPoint presentation on LCD or monitor screen, then you can choose 4:3. If it is a wide screen, you can go for 16:9, or you can change slide custom slide size also. So this is about design tab. Next tab is very important, transition tab. Now these transitions are slide transitions. Yes? Any query?
Ma'am, we continue. Should we ask any doubt from the
Yeah,
students?
definitely, definitely.
Because the slides are quite important, and if students have any kind of doubt.
Yes, ma'am. Because I'm not able to see the chat. Can you explain, tell me what are the doubts if they have written on the text box or chat box?
Students can unmute and ask their questions. Because what happened is that I got messages from students that they have connection error.
Okay.
The kids who are staying nearby the village, rainy day today, and they have kind of an issue. So you could see that many students have left the joint, left the joint. That is confusing.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
So I can't see any doubts over here. I'll ask it once again.
Hmm.
Anyone wants to ask any question? And please unmute yourself. I think, ma'am, we shall continue then. Sorry
Okay.
to interrupt you. I just thought to ask it because it's already, we are going like with each and every important parameters, like,
Am I going too fast, ma'am?
uh, not exactly, ma'am. It's
Because
good.
these things they already might be knowing, so I'm focusing on only important things.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
Sorry for interrupting you. Actually, will you please explain that once again how you added the coming solid background
Okay.
here?
Watermark. Okay. So what I have done is in a design section, this is design menu. Is it visible?
Yes,
In a
ma'am.
design menu, you can choose any design or blank design, whatever you want. Choose a design of your choice. Then go to the variant. So there are variant background styles available. Or in design, here you can browse the themes, etc. So in variant, I gone here background styles and format background. So it allows me to change transparency and all background details. But here, wait a minute. In variant, so we have to choose any type of variant that we want, format background, or we have seen these colors, fonts, and effects and background styles. And here you can insert so you have decided to format a background. So there are options like solid fill. Solid fill, you can decide a color that you want to fill your background with. Background is not about this theme or slide design that you have chosen is this green part, and whatever the blank part, white part, is called background. You can choose like solid fill. Yeah, suppose I choose blue, so this is the blue fill. Or if I choose a pink, so this background will be plain. Then gradient fill, we have seen gradient fill will change from lower to higher frequencies, or this band. So you can select the band that you want. You can select the direction of gradient. You can change the transparency level or brightness of the gradient fill, or direction either from left to right or from diagonal or top to bottom, like this. Otherwise you can here is the option in format background. Third option is picture or texture fill. Texture fill, you will add textures. So if I choose texture fill, so there are textures like dot, or there can be lines, and you can choose a color, suppose blue, and I can choose these backgrounds, whatever the background you want, with a texture fill or pattern fill. This is texture fill. And for picture, you can choose a picture from a file. So to answer your query, I have choose this a picture box. Then from a file, choose whatever the logo you want to insert. So that will be a background, and change this transparency. Initially, when it was added like this, so uh, you can format this picture. So click this picture and check uh, the size. Tile the picture as uh, tile picture as a texture, so it will be tiled as a texture. If you want to scale down, this is I didn't want to tile this, but I want to scale it down. So you can scale it down and make it transparent. So you can decide the transparency level. Your text should be visible, and your background also should be partially visible. So 86% is my 89% is transparency level. So this is how we can add watermark to your presentation if you want. If you didn't want to apply to all slides, if you want it should be only on first slide, let it be. If you say apply to all, then it will be applied to all the slides. You can change or reset background to the original. Before applying to all, you can reset background to whatever your original background was.
Anyone has any other question? Please unmute yourself.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, I have seen most of the time.
Hmm.
Suppose a program may have 4 steps.
Hmm.
So at the time of slideshow,
Hmm.
first step is visible. After
Hmm.
some time, second step, and after some time, third step. So
Hmm.
how can we achieve this benefit?
So I'm coming to that. So there are two types of animation. First one is transition and second one is animation. Can you see these two tabs? Transition and animation. So transition is for slide transition. Again, okay. This transition is for slides transition, moving from one slide to other slide. Okay. So there are variations in slide transitions given here. Cut. So if you apply cut, so it will be like cut and paste. Fade from one slide, first slide will fade and second slide will appear. Push means it will push first slide up and then second slide will appear. Wipe, so first slide will go wipe and second slide will appear. Split, wait a minute. Then reveal, and here just click on this small arrow and you can find many transitions. These are slide transitions going from one slide to another. Vortex is very famous. So this is how you can move from one slide to other slide. Or another one is cube. Sorry, this is door, cube. So from one slide, you can go to the other slide. So if you choose cube and say apply to all, and I'll just do slideshow. So you can see this is the slide. To move from one slide to other slide. So slide transition is done for this cube and do here there is a tab for apply to all. So you can see this star. Star means this transition is applied to the slides. So if I do slideshow, so this is my first slide, then second slide, then third slide, but it looks like monotonous. So what I'll do is I want to change some title slides I inserted here, content and section. So here I want cube only, but I want to change direction of this cube. So if I choose these two slides, cube is selected and effect options are there. Now in effect options, you can see cube is moving from right, from bottom, from left or from top. Here I want to move from top for content slides. So it will be applied for slide number 3 and 7 because I selected only these two slides. So now I'll do slideshow. So this is my section 1. If I go back, wait a minute, I have to start from beginning. So go to the slideshow, start from beginning. So first slide will appear like this, second slide, then contents like this. And for section, it will again move from top to bottom. What you achieve from this? More attention of users or uh, who is going through your slides. So there are many transitions. These are slide transitions. How you can move from one slide to other slide. Suppose we choose drape. So drape is like curtain falling. You can choose, see this effect, or fall over or cover. So there are many options. You can just go on, and what you can do is you can uh, decide the duration or decide the speed of transition. For example, I choose drape and these are effect options. I want to drape it from left or right. So in right, and if it is from left, like this. So these options are from when you move from one slide to other slide. I want to book peel off. or page curve. It is like how we switch from one page to another page. So I'm applying this to all. Again, I'll do slideshow from beginning. So it is like we are opening one page at a time. So I want to change the direction. So what I'll do is go to transition. Here it is page curve effect. So currently is from left, we want from right. So like this. Or you can choose in between different styles for different slides also. So this is about transition. Any queries here? Here you can choose the duration. If you want fast, you can increase the decrease the duration. If you want slow, you can increase the duration. If you want to add some sound for this slide. So when I click, sorry. For that particular slide, it will play sound. Like this. No sound, and you can decrease the duration so it will move fast. If you want, instead of click, automatically slideshow should play. So you can, instead of mouse click, you can click here after how much time you want each slide should get changed. That is also there, but normally keep it on in your hand. So it should be on mouse click. Then about the animation that you asked for, how can I move one object at a time? Suppose in this case, I want this text should come first, then this text, and then this text. So we can add animation. So when you click on animation, there are three things. First is when it appears, how it should appear, then how it should emphasize, we want to emphasize something, and how it should leave. So for appearance, we can give various animation. There are options for appear, that is entrance, then emphasis and exit. So appear, just appear as it is, or fade and then appear. You just concentrate on this, okay? Fly in, by default it is flying in from bottom, or float in like this, or split, or wipe. So there are these many options are available, or bounce like this. So you can choose as per your choice. Suppose I want it should fly in, but the direction I want from left hand side. So when you click here, there are effect options available. Here there are directions, you want it from bottom left, or from top left, etc. So I want it should enter from left like this. So, and you can see here one. So this is the animation. Now for second, again I want to appear from left. So go to the effect and choose from left. For third sentence, again I'm using the same thing, from left. Now here you can see animation pane. So it will show you these three animations and their duration, and we choose animation on click. This trigger is on click. You can close this animation pane, and if you play this slide, current slide, so press a button or mouse click, first point will appear, then second, then third. Now if I want to emphasize on, first point appeared, and then it should, I want to highlight it. So you can choose any of this font, any of this, for example, grow and shrink. Now I'm talking about introduction. So it is growing and shrinking, or darken. I want to give some emphasis on this first point. So various options are there. So let's choose grow and shrink. And after this, this point should leave. So for exit, I want it should bounce and leave, bounce and leave. Okay, so we have added too many animations, and now just check. So it will either emphasize either enter or exit. So it had just done exit. Then for entrance, we have given these two things. If you want to remove this animation, just click here and press delete. So this animation gets removed. In animation pane, if you want to change the order, so go to the animation pane and click here and just drag and change the order. For example, in this case, I want each shape should come after previous one. So one should come first, then two, then three, or this arrow should grow like this, so that we can animate by animating each of these points. Or after click, this graph should appear. So you can give various animations to the tools that you added on to your slides. So for first, we have given entrance. Go to the animation entrance, it should appear as blow and turn. Then for second, we are given emphasize option, grow and shrink. And for third animation, we'll give some option like disappear. It was taken the same thing. Just note that you have to select that particular thing that you want to animate. Grow and shrink. And for third animation, you want to give, say, fade. Okay. Now you can check. We have given animations, but the order is different. So we want to change the order. Go to the animation pane here, and you can see, click here, you can see this is introduction to PowerPoint at third position. We want it should be at first position. So just drag here. Second, we want step-by-step demonstration. So drag here. And third is what else you want. So these are three things we want to animate. So first, entrance. This is emphasis. And third is exit. About slideshow, we can start slideshow from beginning, that is from first slide, or you can start from current slide. If you are here and you want to start the presentation, you can choose from current slide. Then you can present online. Then custom slideshow, you can choose whichever the slides you want to show and whichever slides you want to hide. You can hide a slide. You can rehearse the slides, or the timing will appear, timer will appear, and it will record your slides, record slideshow, and you can play narration, etc. So various things are given for slideshow. If your presentation is ready, then you want to review it. So review will allow you to spell check. Then you can link your notes. You can add comments. For example, here new comments can be added. You can send this presentation for review, and you can check these comments and modify your presentation. Here comment will appear, change color. This is the comment. So when I click on this box, I can able to see the comment from the reviewer. Then I can compare my previous presentation with current presentation. You can compare these two presentations. In view, as we used these grid lines, rulers, and guidelines to draw any shapes or features. So you can do this. Then this is the normal view. Whatever you can see, this is the normal view. The slide thing and its overview. Then we can see outline view. This is the outline. Then slide sorters. So you can see all the slides at a time, and if you want the contents to sort, if you want this slide should come first, so here you can do this, change the location or position of slides with slide sorter view. Then notes page, you can have slide and notes. You can have you can add the notes here. Let me remove this guidelines. Notes page or reading view. So this is in a reading view. Slide master, I'll explain you what is a slide master. Then notes master. Then you can make it fit to the window. You can arrange all slides, cascade. If you have more than one presentations, you can show more than one slides at a time. We'll go to the normal view. Now, if you have noticed, there is something called add notes here. If you click on any other side, click here to add notes. So these notes, if I am adding here something, introduction. These notes are not visible to the audience when I do slideshow. These notes are not visible to the audience, but it will be visible to me if I choose this reading view or notes view. And suppose my slides are hands-on slides and I want the audience should come with preparation, or audience should take notes during the presentation, so I can share my slides with them in the form of handouts. So how to create handouts? Go to the file. Here, how you can save your presentation in normal way. You can save as a PPTX. You can choose a folder and save. You can save on local computer or you can save on a Google Drive. Then in print option, print all slides. So here, print all slides. You can choose the color that you want, grayscale or pure black and white, etc. And you can choose number of slides per page. Suppose I want 3 slides per page. So here you can see 3 slides, and these lines are for user notes. User want to take notes while the session is going on. For each slides, they can take. I can take print in this form and distribute during the session. Or I can choose vertical or horizontal slides with handouts. Here we can you can see there is date and page slide number. There is header and footer. You can change that, edit header and footer. If you want to add college name or your own name onto the slides handouts, you can do that with editing header and footer. So in footer, I want to add CCEW, apply to all. So here CCEW gets added. Then I can choose orientation. Instead of this is portrait, I want landscape orientation. So landscape orientation can be there. And just save it as a PDF. So these handouts will be saved as PDF. If you want to save it as Word document where you can edit these notes or something, for example, in 3 slides here note section is added. So You can change the color gray color. If I want notes in gray color, I didn't want to waste my ink taking printouts of colored slides. We can choose grayscale. To convert it to Word, do the export part, go to the export, and you can change your file type, and you can select you want to choose it as JPG file or PowerPoint presentation or slideshow or PDF or XPS document. So this is how you can choose it. You can create video of your presentation. In case of share, you can share from here directly through mail, or you can save it and attach it as a attachment. What else you want? Slide master is remaining. So you can go to review, go to view and slide master. Slide master will help you to create the presentation. So here you can see the template of your slide. You can choose the font you want. Here suppose you want the theme. Like this. Then you want to change this font. So you can choose different fonts as per your choice. Cambria. Then if you want to change the color, then change the background style. So this is your master style slide, and this is applied to your PPT. If you click here, this will be applied to your PPT, and when you click here, it will show the slide master view. So go to the slide master, and whatever you make the change here, it will be applied to all slides. For example, suppose you want to change a title, font of the title for all slides. So you make the change here, it will be applicable to all slides or all slides in your presentation. Here there are the bullets. I didn't want a bullet as this triangular arrow. So what I'll do, I'll go here and we want to change this size of text, and accordingly the slide size will change. About the bullets, if you choose instead of this, I want square bullets, or you can go to bullets and numbering. You can choose a picture for bullets. Either you can load it from the net, or you can use from your file or from search. For example, say I want some images of bullets, not these bullets. Numbering. So let it be. You can choose such things. I want this. So this will be changed. And when I go to my slide view, normal slide view, whenever there were the bullets, so this will get modified with new theme. I need to apply it. view slide master. Here I have changed this bullets, and for bullet also, whenever you click on the bullet, you want to change this space between text and bullet. That also you can do by modifying. Go to the home, choose bullets, bullet and numbering, and you can customize it. You can take any shape of your thing. You can change the color, you can change the size. It should be yellow, and so this color and size is changed. So what we have seen, we have started with home. All these are called ribbons, and these ribbons are divided into groups. For example, here clipboard, which allows you to cut, copy, format, painter, then slides. One more thing, you can use format painter for animation also. If you have given one type of animation, here we have used animation. So go to the animation. Here we used animation. I want to copy this animation here. So just click on this, take animation painter and click here. So this animation is applied to this part. Again, if I click here and apply this animation, so pick up the animation from this and apply it to here. So it will apply same animation uh, to different objects. No need to go and check which method we have used, how. So check it entrance and give effects and do change the speed. If we have sure that we want this type of animation and apply it to different objects, just go and click your animation painter and copy it or apply it on other. Then uh, to leave it, again click here, so it will leave it. If I want second animation to start after first animation, so here it is on click. Now for second animation, I want it should start with previous or after previous. So that also we can give. When previous ends, then it should start after previous. So now here we have applied the same animation, but let's check how it looks like. So this is first, second and third. I'm not clicking anything. It will come in a flow. So first, then second, after first ends, then second animation, then third animation. Have I missed anything, or what? If you want, if you have any special queries, you can ask for. So we have seen introduction, how to create a first presentation. We have seen different menus, that is home menu. Then format toolbar in home menu, insert menu, design, transition. These are slide transitions, animation and slideshow, review and view. What else you can do with PowerPoint? You can create a photo collage, you can create a poster or flyer for your event. If you're heading any event, you want to design your own poster, you want to design a page for your newsletter or something, you can do with PowerPoint. For example, you can add logos like this, you can add text, you can modify this text with different word arts are given. You can change this to smart art or You can change the direction of the text that I missed here. So suppose in this table, we want this roll number or serial number or name. Direction we can change like this. Select the text and change the direction like this. If row width is very small, you can make it vertical instead of horizontal text direction. Or you can make it stacked like this and then change the direction. You can create a poster like this. So you can see images added, then text added, colors changed. Images are arranged properly. Background can be selected. Suppose we add some image like in this slide and go to insert, click on that image. You can see picture toolbox. Here you can crop the image, whatever the part of the image that you want, that you can crop. You can change height, width of the image. Then you can rotate the image or flip the image vertically, horizontally, rotate like this. Or you can choose a frame for your picture. And similarly, you can add more pictures and can create a collage. I have shown you how to do corrections. Then you can change colors. You can give some artistic effects. To these images. You can apply remove background. You just interested in foreground, then you choose remove background. So many things that you can do with PowerPoint 13. If I want to create a flow chart, suppose I have created this box, then I'm copying and pasting same box here. You can see these lines. Let me dotted red line. These are grid lines will help me to create the proper presentation. Then I want this size is too big, so I'm choosing these two boxes together and then decrementing the size. Now I want one more block. Just copy it, Control C, Control V. One more box. And I want arrow. Now this arrow I want upside down. So we can choose this arrow or just line arrow. We can change the color, fill color. I didn't want it should be filled, but I want boundaries. So outline, dark outline, and choose the thickness, width of the outline. Then you can add a text here. You can add text box or directly you can enter. Choose the text, increase the font, change the color, apply the formatting, place it properly. And this arrow, then step 1, suppose I'm adding a text here. Or you can just right click and choose edit text. It will allow you to edit text. Say step 1. Again, I want the arrow, so I'll choose this arrow and paste it. Same arrow is here. So let's change the color of arrow. This is changing background color. I want to change foreground color. And same color I want to apply to this arrow. So click here, take a format painter and paste here. So it will apply all the formatting that we have done for this arrow here. Same thing I'll do for this box. I'll choose this box, take a format painter and click here. So it will change. Again, take a format painter and change. So all this formatting will be copied here. Same thing for text box. Select the text box, go to the format painter and apply here. Take a format painter and apply here. So you need to click on both the things. Here also I'm adding a text, step 2, suppose. I'll just copy this, Control C and Control V. Step 2. Copy the format and my mouse is not working. Okay, it's calibre 32. So you can do it manually also. Now what I want to show is I want to animate this this figure so that it will come first. Start will come first from top, this box. So start and this text box, I'm making a group. Similarly, step 1, this is the part of this text box. So make a group. This is already a group. So first start box should appear and it should appear from top. So go to the animation, fly in, and I want it should come from top. From top. Then next arrow should appear. It should appear from top, but not from the top, but from start. So again fly in. It is from top, but it should float in. Float in from top. Right. And its speed is very slow. I want to increase the speed. Okay. We'll change the speed later. And I want to apply same animation here. So click on this animation painter and apply here. First click here, take animation painter and click here. Then click, I want to apply animation for arrow. Click on the arrow, take animation painter and click here. For slide this box, take this box, take animation painter and click here. Okay. And then check whether it is proper. So first start block, then arrow, then second block, then arrow, then third block. Or for say step 1 and step 2, instead of fly in, you can also check float in. So it will appear from there itself. And if you want to start with first slide and you didn't want it should come later onto your slide, it should be there and there should be some emphasize. So click here on emphasize and choose anything. So initially it will start like this. So it is there, and then next step. Okay. Any queries from your side?
Anyone has any doubt?
Ma'am, no one has doubt. We can continue.
Okay. I want to show you how to add video. Suppose you have to load a video. So either from YouTube you can directly take, or you can embed a video if you have the address or URL of the video, you can do that, or you can take a video from PC. Now when I click here, you can see video toolbar appeared. So video toolbar, what video toolbar allows me? It allows me to play that video. So video is playing. Or I can do corrections, means change the brightness, contrast. If it is not properly visible, we can do that. Then color can be changed if it is allowed. Then poster frames, this is the current frame, and images can be, no, this is for images, not for the video, but for video you can select the shape, rounded rectangle if you want to display in rounded rectangle fashion, or you can display it in a square box fashion like this. You can design if you want some border, that you can decide. You want to give some effects like shadow effect or something, that can be also visible. Then you can crop, or you can change height and width of the video. And while playing, you can select the number of frames per second, or audio should be off, or you want audio should be there. So if I play this video, this is visible. Similarly, instead of video, you can add small video clips like GIF, which are moving, or you can add the sound clips. If you want some sound should be there, if you click on any picture and you want that should play some music, so that can be added. You can add hyperlinks. From this slide you can move to your Word document, or you can move to your profile if you want. Just click on that link, and the links to the next slides are also added. For example, from here, from content, I want it should go to the this slide, introduction to PowerPoint. So that can be added by just select it, insert hyperlink. So this is the hyperlink. You can see here, insert hyperlink. So hyperlink is can be existing file, current folder, or placed in this document. So from this document only, and we want, when I click here, it should go to slide number 9. So this is slide number 9. Okay. So you can see here blue line appeared. If I create a slideshow, now I have given some animation. So let's wait for this. And when I click on this PowerPoint, introduction to PowerPoint, I'm directly going to this slide number 9. So it will be easy for you to navigate between the slides. Now from this slide, I have to come back. I'm here. From this slide, I want to come back. So what I'll do, I'll give some arrow here. Okay, we can change the direction of this arrow. This is going from left to right. I want it should go to right to left. So just drag those yellow dots, and here I'm inserting a text, say back. I think it is visible. Just increment font, And when I click here on this arrow, it should go back to the content slide, that is slide number 6. So what we have to do? Select this, go to the right click, choose hyperlink and content slide, slide number 6. Okay. So from slide number 6, I'm here. This is slideshow. Let this animation gets complete. When I click on introduction to PowerPoint, it will get directly to this slide. I'm explaining you what is introduction to PowerPoint, and I want to come back to my current or content slide. So I had given here some arrow, and when I click, I'll be back on my content slides. Okay. So here we can give hyperlinks to any text that you want. Give hyperlink, and from any other slide, create a new document, or you want web page or existing file. I want to open existing file from my folder. Suppose I want to open file from, say, downloads. Suppose book information. So this is linked with the file which is on my PC. So when I click here, so if I click here, it will open this book information or that particular Word document. It will take a time to open. So that particular book information is opened, Word document. And note that your PPT is still here in a show. So you can just give a reference. If don't want to load your slides with too many contents, you can use hyperlinks. Now this color is changed. This color is not changed. Why? This is before clicking the hyperlink. This is after clicking the hyperlink. You can decide these colors from slide master. Slide master allows you to change the color or change the themes. So you can change the or customize colors. This is for hyperlink. Hyperlink is now in blue color, and followed hyperlink means when you click on the hyperlink, it becomes purple color. If after clicking the hyperlink, I want orange color. So this will change. Close master view. So when you first create the hyperlink, it is in blue color, and when you go to that particular slide and come back, it will become orange color. It should change the color of your slide. So we talked about hyperlinks, we talked about animation and slide transitions and slideshow. Slideshow, you can start from beginning, and you can mouse click and change the slides, or you can decide the timer. It can be a automatically timer. If you want to play without using the click, you can set up the slideshow. You can start from first slide to whatever the slides you want. And just I want to show one more thing. You can change your pointer. If I want laser pointer, so for that click on, wait a minute, press and hold control, press and hold control, and then change the mouse button. So here slideshow is there. Can you see this laser pointer? It activates unless still till you are pressing the control button and dragging the mouse. Now you can release the control button, but still you can see this laser pointer. So to get this laser pointer, what I have done, press control button and at the same time press mouse button and then release this button. So when you move to the next slide, again I want laser, so control and press mouse button. And laser pointer is there. I can explain these slides with my mouse without using laser. I think this is sufficient.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we stop?
Yes, ma'am, sure. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Any questions from students? Ma'am, just a recall, few students wanted to know about, you had explained to make a chart from Excel sheet. So how to drag an Excel sheet in the PPT?
Okay, it automatically, wait a minute, I'm sharing the screen again.
Yes.
So suppose I entered a slide and I want to insert a table, or sorry, I want to insert a chart. So chart is based on some data. You should have some data set with you, and for that particular data you want to draw a chart. Suppose I want to draw this bar graph. So once I inserted that particular bar graph, it appears, and along with that there is an Excel sheet. I didn't want 3 columns, I just want only 1 column. So I'll delete these 2 columns. Now I want to display result of last 3 years, 2018-19, 2019-20, and 2020-21. So these are my 4 categories, and I want to display results like 77%. Then in 1920 result was increased to say 89%, and in 2021 it's now 65%. I didn't want this third column. This is result. So the changes I'm making here in this sheet, these are getting applied to my chart. So I'm modifying this chart, and you can see there is only 1 column, so only 1 bar you are able to see. If I want 1 more column, result and admission, suppose. So here 90% admissions, then sorry, I'll take placements. In year 2018-19, say 70 placements, then 80% and 90%. So you can see these 2 graphs verify the result and the placements. Now you want some labels attached here. So data is ready with you, and you want it should get displayed. So now data is there, and you want to format this graph. So this is result and placement. Click on the graph. Here the plus button is there. So you can add chart elements. You can show axis or you can remove this axis. I want this axis. Then you can give axis titles. Currently axis titles are missing. Here you can give axis titles as years and marks or something. Then you can give chart title. Currently chart title is not there. You can comparison chart of result and placement. Then data labels. When you click here data labels, these labels or values will appear. And you can select these data labels and format it. Format it means you can change the font, you can change the style or color, etc. This about data label. Then data table. Data table is this table. It gets added at the end. If you want to display data in a tabular format, that will be also there. No need. Then grid line. If you want these horizontal lines, you can click here. Otherwise, if you want plain chart, you can just click here. It will disappear. I want legend. Legend means this. Blue graph shows result. Orange bar shows placement. But the placement should be in. So legends are there. You can click on this arrow to select the position. Want top, left, right, or bottom. Or there are many other options. And you can also change this size, or you can change the font of this legends, etc. Come back, just Control Z. If you want make this chart look three-dimensional, 3D, so you select here chart, style, and color. So there are different colors. You want to change the colors, you can change these colors. Styles you can change, like you want to show this graph overlapping bars or like this, or just click here. These are inbuilt styles, or you can choose your own style by clicking this graph and shape effect. You can give 3D effect. Now this effect is only for the frame, not for the chart. So you have to select this from here. You can change the type. So currently this is your chart, but if you want to change the chart type, right click. If you want to edit data, there is option edit data, edit in Excel or edit data. Just click on edit data and then that Excel sheet will appear again. This Excel sheet will appear again. If you want to add one more year, go insert one more row. You want to add data for 17, 18. Say 17, 18, very good results and placements also. So you can show like this. So it is not like once you have selected data, it cannot be edited. You can edit data from this. You can change chart type. Instead of showing this type of bar graph, you can show shaded bar graph or this 3D bar graphs. Or this is this one, this one. Suppose I want this. And now you can give this effect as 3D rotation. Or you can give shadow effect. You want these labels. Change the position of these labels and change the color of labels that you can change. Instead of bar graph, you can change the chart. So change chart type. Instead of bar graph, you can show line graph. Blue line is for result, red line is for placements. If you want to check the trend, how placements are moving as per the result or not, they are in correlation or not, you can use line graph. Then change chart type will allow you to check bar graph like this, pie chart like this, scattered area. So depending upon data, you can select the chart type that you want. Instead of presenting data in the tabular form, it is always better to use charts. And these charts are on real-time data, or whatever the data, that data is represented in form of charts. But if your data, you didn't have data and you want to use graphics, you can go for adding shapes, either from shapes or from smart chart. You want to represent your static data in the form of a hierarchical diagram, or you want to show some tree diagram or cycle, you can choose the smart art. For example, here I want to show some process, so that I can show like this. Here I can insert text. I can add new shapes, I can add more shapes, and I can delete the existing shapes. I can change the format of this cycle. I can change the direction of arrows. So in whatever way you want to display or change your data, you can do that.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the explanation, because I could, relate when you was explaining about the charts. I mean, it is so important when you go for your final presentations, dissertation and all. Charts are so important. The correlation factor, it's like a brain consumer. You have to show the correlation between the first chart and the second chart. You have to show it in a 3D view, because I still remember that I wanted it in a 3D view, and we were